BTB Kicks here, and today I'm going to give you all a full episode of Flippin' Kicks. I have a pair of shoes right here that I bought from GOAT for the low. I'll get into how much I paid for them. As you can see, it's a pair of Concords. These are a size 10. We got some work to do. Let's get into it. We have a pair of Concord 11's from 2018. These are pretty bad. From just from the first glance, me being a sneaker restorer, I see a lot of potential in this shoe. I ended up paying $140.33 for this pair of shoes. It did not come with a box. $80 to $100 profit margin on this pair. These shouldn't be too difficult at all for me to bring back to life. Alright y'all, so now it's time to get to the clean. Shoes are out of the box, gloves are going on. First thing we're going to do for these Concords is we're going to put shoe trees in them. So it makes the clean easier, and it helps with cleaning to kind of put pressure on the toe. Adjust these according to the size. Put it in. Okay, so we're going to start with the right shoe. Of course, before we start any clean, we're gonna have to remove the laces. So it's the first thing I'm doing. This person put knots in his laces, which I dislike. Oh my gosh, how did he even do this? And then now that we have the laces out, it's time to get to the clean. The brand that I love to use and that I've started out with when restoring shoes was actually Rejuvenator. So I have some Rejuvenator right here. At the 3-brush kit, this is what we're going to be using to clean these shoes. It starts with a soft, medium, and then stiff bristle brush. I have some water in here. I might fill it up a little bit more. And then I'm going to add in the Rejuvenator cleaning solution. 1, 2. And then we're good. And for any of you all that want to try Rejuvenator, go ahead and use my code BTBKicks at checkout. That way you can save 10% on your Rejuvenator order, and you'll be supporting me as well. So if you want some Rejuvenator today, go ahead and check that out. I'm gonna link that down below. And so y'all don't forget, code BTBKicks, 10% off. All right, let's get into this clean. I start off with the soft bristle brush since this is a delicate material up top. You don't want to go too hard. And this also helps create suds on the shoes to break down the dirt. And one important thing when cleaning 11's is you don't want to saturate the material with soap and all the water, because later on when it dries, you have the potential of the white mesh turning yellow, and then you'll have to re-clean it. So to avoid having to do all that, make sure when you're using your brush to clean it, you don't use a lot of water. You don't saturate the brush. Like you drip it off a little bit before you start scrubbing. And then from this point, we're going to move on to the medium bristle brush. Clean it upwards a bit more. What the soft bristle brush does is it gets the suds going, and then the medium bristle brush gives it a little bit of a deeper clean, and it touches deep in the material where the dirt is just sitting. And then when everything seems like it's getting cleaner and all the suds are starting to go away, you want to get a microfiber cloth towel. Wipe the shoe down so you can see what you might have to re-go over. As you can see, the shoe is looking already pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the patent leather and come back to the mesh in a moment. So we're going to get the soft bristle brush once again and start hitting the other parts of the shoe that we didn't do on the initial clean. One thing I really like about the soft bristle brush is that it's very delicate, so you can use this on pretty much any material on a shoe. We're going to move on to the medium, back to the shoe. We're going to hit the midsoles this time. So far, these Concords are looking ooh-wee. Looking very, very good. I'm probably going to hit the mesh one more time with the soft and the medium, and then we're going to focus on the soles. So let's hit it. you also want to make sure you get behind the tongue as well, because dirt can be trapped in there, and dirt can actually seep into the front of the tongue again, since it's a lighter color and it's black on the back. So you want to make sure you hit both sides as well as the sock liner. Extract some of that water from the mesh so it doesn't dry up and turn yellow. So while the shoe is looking very good and pretty clean, we're gonna hit the midsoles with the stiff bristle brush to give it a deeper clean. Then we're gonna wipe this off. And then I have one more thing to show you all, which I think is a pretty cool cheat code. Alright, so as you all can see, the shoe is already looking very, very good compared to what we started with. And to wrap up the mesh and kind of finish on that, so I'm going to be using this Bissell steam shot to kind of force the remaining trap suds or dirt that's in the mesh out, and it'll just overall finish with a better clean, and that way it can also prevent the mesh from turning yellow. So what I'm basically going to do is be forcing the suds out by applying the steam. I'm going to be going up and down, pushing it to the top of the surface. And this is very, very hot, so be careful while using this. Alright, and that'll do it. And then one last thing I do as a precaution to kind of dry it off, so to reduce the yellowing, is I get another towel and kind of squeeze the areas that are wet on the mesh to kind of squeeze the water out and extract it out of the mesh so it dries better and there's no yellowing. Now, moving on to the next part, we're going to focus on the soles. So one thing I do before I start working on the soles is I extract all of the little rocks that you see in between the traction, as well as I'm going to dust this off so you can see. So you can see the rocks in between all the crevices, and you know, I want to give the customer the best, the newest feeling shoe. That way they can, you know, feel like they got a new shoe. So you can use anything to really get this out. Toothpicks just happens to be the most convenient because I had some here, but get all these out, all these extra rocks. It's just details, 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 details. I'm just shooting rocks everywhere. Okay, so now that that's done, we're actually going to clean the soles now. So what I like to do, this is the method that I like to call the up down method. For anybody who watches Corey Kenshin, I kind of stole the name, but it's kind of the same premise. So I start with the softest brush and work my way up to the hardest brush, and I go up and down on the soles, basically cleaning the soles in multiple different ways before I put the final touch on them, pretty much. So we're going to start with the soft bristle brush. We're going down and up, or up and down on the soles. And then I reverse the sole so we can get up, down, and both sides. Now I'm switching to the medium. Starting up and then going down. Reverse the shoe. Alright, now we're going to the stiff bristle brush. Reverse it. And then last but not least, for my finishing touch, I still have the Bissell Steam Shot. Then I put on a special nozzle that has brushes on it. These are stiff bristle brushes on the end of this, and it applies steam to kind of make it easier to get the dirt out that's set in, and just basically erases it. This is a cheat code right here, so check this out. And then as you all can see, these shoes, the bottoms are looking, Alright y'all, so we're in the final steps. We're in the last stretch now. So one of the last things I have to do major to the shoe is give them a good icing. So the bottoms are clean. And what we're going to be using to ice the bottoms of the soles. Oh, matter of fact, if you all don't know what icing means, icing is pretty much when you apply a solution on the bottom, or a chemical solution on the bottoms, to kind of deoxidize the soles, because over time with wear and just over time age to the soles, they'll start to turn from an icy blue to a yellow, and this process reverses the yellowing. So I put the sauce on the shoes, wrap it up in the cling wrap, and then put it in the ice box, and the ice box we'll get to momentarily. But first, the product that I'll be using to deoxidize the soles is Reshoevn8or's Sole Revive. And with Reshoevn8or's Sole Revive, that's the brand that I use, Reshoevn8or's brand, and I honestly think it does a great job of getting rid of yellowing on soles. And of course, I'm gonna mention this once again, if you want to save 10% on anything off of Reshoevn8or's website, including the Sole Revive, use code BTBKicks at checkout. Before we apply this, we're going to lay out the saran wrap. Kind of spread it out here and there. We're going to rub it in with a paintbrush and all the cracks and crevices. That way we can get an even ice all around. When applying Sole Revive, make sure to avoid the traction areas and just keep it on all the translucent parts of the soles to get the best ice. Now we're going to move on to the ice box. Open it up. Place the shoe in there, bottoms facing up. Put the ice box, or put the light back on top. Turn it on. Then I'll turn my fan on as well. And what the ice box does is, once you put it inside the box itself is lined with tinfoil. This is kind of like a budget ice box, just because I'm at school. It's lined with tinfoil to reflect the light inside of the box, and on top is a 1200 watt UV light that activates the sole sauce, and it helps the soles. So we're going to leave that in there for about 24 hours, and then I'll see you all when they're finished. Alright y'all, so this is a brand new day, and the shoes have been in the ice box for over 24 hours now, and we're going to take them out and see just how icy they got. These boys, icy blue, icy, 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 icy blue. Oh my god. So the next thing that I have to do for these, to kind of like wrap things up with this pair, is basically take the plastic off, clean off whatever is left from me applying the sauce on them. But these came out super good. Oh my gosh. So then I run the water. So what I have right here now is the lint shaver, the shears, and then a lighter. You'll see what I do with the lighter momentarily. The sock liner and all that. And then this just basically erases it. It's the small details. It's the small details. Just cleaning up the loose threads and things of that nature make the shoes look even more brand new. So I'm going to go along with the scissors. It's a more fine cut. So any type of frayed or kind of like fraying on the material where the thread is kind of like loose, I always burn it off or melt it down with the lighter. So you're going to see me go over the areas lightly with the lighter. Not keeping it on one spot for too long, because then you will burn the shoe. So the last kind of thing that I have to do with these, and I know I keep saying the last, it's the last this, the last that, but this is actually nearing the very end. So I'm putting the laces in, and then after this I have the actual final step, and then the shoes will be completely done. I have this mink oil that I like to spray on the patent leather, and then I take a microfiber cloth towel. Alright y'all, so that is pretty much a wrap on the restoration, which was probably the hardest part of the whole process. Now we have to flip the kicks. I'm going to take pictures of them and post those pictures on the different apps that I typically sell on, which is Snapchat and Instagram, just the basic ones, see if anybody wants them. But these should be a quick sale, and I'll get back to you once I do make that sale. I typically take all of my before and after pictures in this box. I'm actually going to start taking my product photos when I post them on, you know, Snap and all that, to actually market the shoes to sell in this box as well. And just putting them in there. Let me actually stage it really quick. And then I'm gonna go ahead and show the folks, like, who wouldn't want to buy those? Like, come on now. Alright y'all, so I am just now making it back to my apartment. It's been a couple days since I restored the shoes, and I listed them up on Snapchat, Instagram, and on eBay, and they actually ended up selling on eBay for $270. So I bought the shoes for about $140, and they ended up selling for $270. So I ended up getting a $130 profit, but of course, you know, eBay's gonna take their percentage, but I'm still over $100 profit. So we're gonna get these shoes packaged up, and I'm gonna take them down to FedEx before they close. I hope you all enjoyed this video. This is my first full-length video of flipping kicks. I plan on making this like a series and making episodes and dropping them every week. So if you all like this type of content, please do me a favor and subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment on your favorite part, or if you have any questions, I will happily answer them down in the comments below. But without further ado, I'm gonna get these boxed up and take them to FedEx, and I will see you all in the next one.